What's up, everybody? Hello and welcome to Brad&James, the live, fun, interactive conversation about
almost anything.
Almost anything. Great to have you back with us tonight. Get your week started off great with Brad&James. I mean, this is literally except for Sunday. You know, Mondays sometimes can be hard to just get back going.
It's kind of hard to get in the groove of
but
things.
Doing this has helped. It really has. It's like, give me something to look forward to.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. That's for sure.
And it makes me get going earlier on Monday because I know I got to get up and work out in the morning because I can't do it in the evening.
Okay. All right. I got it. So you got to do that too.
I did do it this morning too.
You got up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes it's not easy. Hagen is here with us in the studio. He will not be seen because Bradley messed up one of our cameras.
It happens.
We're down.
Of course, this has happened twice with you, but this
I know. I thought of that too. I was like,
right.
Man, this is just my
down.
year to just break cameras. Apparently.
Brad 2, camera 0.
Anyways.
He's produced some great content. So definitely got all kinds of stuff to talk about. And it is the gamut. So let's just.
Yep.
I want to just start out with. How about them Lakers?
Hey, they're going on.
Yes.
And who are they going to be playing? I'm glad you mentioned it. Is it? I try to keep up. But
yes. Who are the Lakers playing?
I don't know. The Clippers.
Eventually, the goal is the thinking that the Lakers and Clippers will meet in the Western Conference Final. Yeah,
this is just this is the second round.
Second round. Yes.
So that means they're playing Denver.
No, Denver and
Utah.
Utah have go into Game 7.
So who are they going to be playing? Winner of them?
Let's see. Who's the other one? Rockets and
Thunder.
The
winner of that series, right?
I think they're playing the winner of that.
Hagen, we can't hear you if you're not talking into the microphone.
They'll be playing the winner of the Rockets Thunder series. Excuse me.
Yeah. So So I'm just at this point I just want Lakers to stay focused. And just stay focused. So, yeah, it's the first playoff win for the Lakers. And
so who are they saying is going to represent the East?
Milwaukee. Most people think Milwaukee. Now, some people saying Toronto.
Are they still in their series right now?
No,
or did
they're done.
Oh yeah, because they beat the. Let me guess, the Mavs.
No, the Mavs played. The Mavs are in the West, and they
lost.
That's who the Clippers just beat.
Oh yeah, that's right. I knew that.
But they played the Magic.
The Magic. Yeah, that's right.
You got the blue
uniforms
uniforms confused.
Team. Yeah.
You got the blue uniforms confused. Anyway, the rumor is the Magic just walked out the bubble. They didn't have to go nowhere. They just walked out because they was right there.
There. That's
but
right.
The Bucks beat them, and then the Raptors. They're in their series. I think they just had game 1.
Hey, why do we have teams from Canada playing in like some various sports that?
I don't think it's that unusual for us. I think.
Or why don't we open it to more?
Well, you have Canadian teams in baseball. You have Canadian teams in hockey. You have Canadian teams in the NBA. The only place you don't have Canadian teams is not only but. Football. You don't. You used to have. Let's see. The Canadian Football League at one time had some American teams in it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they contracted back to, just Canadian. But Canadian football is pretty exciting too. If you got a chance to ever see it, it's pretty exciting.
Do you watch rugby?
I used to when it came on ESPN, like in the early days, or Australian rules football, which I can't really tell the difference between the two, but I know there is one.
Okay, I wouldn't know the difference either. I just know, I think maybe it was earlier this year. I can't remember because 2020 has been so fantastic that I've forgotten everything. Yeah,
it's long, and
but
it's not over.
Rugby is like, it's so exciting to watch.
Man, those are some athletes.
Man.
When I was at Cal Poly, like they had a rugby team, and
you played?
No, but they were they were the athletes, but then
it's real deal.
I mean,
you better.
Rugby was rough. I mean, there's some rough dudes.
They really hit.
They was like They was dudes,
Man.
You know,
Giants.
Whew, man. And I mean, just the collisions and no mouth. Well, I guess some of them were mouthpieces, but man, that's about it. I mean, they bleeding and everything. I mean, oof.
It's rough stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't really my deal. We also talked about, let's see, so that was definitely a sport. But yeah, Canadian teams, I think is just kind of, I think all the leagues are moving. Somehow they want to try and be, or at least try to be international in some, if it's possible.
Yeah.
Obviously the time difference makes it. But, you know, NFL used to have NFL Europe, you know, where you had there was like the, let's see, I think there was a team in Amsterdam. I think they were called the Dragons.
Huh.
Hagen, I'm put you on that. The NFL Europe, I think there was the Amsterdam Dragons. I think there was the Rhine, Germany Fire.
I like that.
There was, they were pretty bad dudes. Let's see, there was I think the team in Britain was the Monarchs. So it was, goodness, I'm trying to think. NFL Europe, I mean, they were several of them. Man, they were, there was a team in Scotland or
really?
Yeah. I'm trying to think I forgot what they were called.
The Lotties.
No, they was, but I mean, it was pretty cool. I mean, it was kind of NFL Europe was pretty cool.
Did you collect? Were you like not action figure, but like a baseball card or a card collector growing up? Baseball.
Oh yeah.
Were you?
Oh, big time, dude. I probably still got thousands of dollars worth of cards.
Thousands of dollars.
Baseball cards?
Mm-hmm.
You must have some like.
I have some that are super expensive. Like
Really?
I have a couple cards that are a few $100s a piece.
Where are they at?
In Tuscaloosa. Actually, no, some of them are here with me. The better ones are here with me.
Do your parents have them, or you have them locked up?
They're in not a shed. They're in our storage.
Man, that's cool.
Storage facility.
I can't say that I have any worth that much.
I have two right now that are in a safe place, and I see one is signed by Bobby Bonds and one is signed by Barry.
Nice.
I have two of those.
Yeah.
My family has two of those, and they're mine. They're
your
in the same
family.
place. So yeah,
Very
so
cool.
it was good. So they got those two. You know, but yeah, I mean, I love an Ozzie Smith.
Ozzy.
I'd love to have one signed by him.
Heck yeah.
Let's see, who else?
Oh, there's a ton.
Yeah, I'd have to have Ozzy. List. But yeah, Ozzy would be important. So yeah, bad boy.
Yeah, he was backflip.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, but it was just amazing shortstop. He was just amazing. So anyway. Yeah, so and Albert Pujols, I wouldn't mind Albert Pujols signed one. I know people are kind of over Albert, but
never heard of her.
St. Louis, he's awesome.
Oh,
you remember all the homers he hit against the Braves? You don't remember them all? Okay.
What's the? Speaking of the Braves, I don't know their record, but I think they're ranked pretty high right now. Second.
I don't know their record, but I think
I'm keeping a close eye on it for some personal.
I really have not cared to look at what the Braves are doing because I'm just grateful the Cardinals are actually playing baseball right now.
I know you are.
They are in second place behind the Dubs, and but they will catch them soon and assume their rightful place in first place and go ahead and win.
I want to hear it right now, Hagen. Hot off the press. Who's going to win the World Series?
Oh, man.
Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know, man. I mean, part of me wants to say the Dodgers, but they are really good at getting there and choking. So I think it's hard to bet against the Yankees. But, I mean, I don't like them either.
The last time they got there, maybe in some
that's true too.
Cannage involved, some trash talk.
I tell you what, though, if the Padres can keep it going, I don't know if they'll win the series, but I think they'll be interesting come playoff time because they are on a roll and kind of out of nowhere too.
They really are, but so Dodgers. Dodgers are
hot
hot right now.
Dodgers
are hot. Now look, the Padres. Now how come they started getting hot? We all know because they went back to them brown uniforms.
That's right.
Look. You got to embrace the ugly.
Brown unis look good.
If you need Padres, I just said brown. There was no reason they were ever blue or any other color. Padres, you just kind of evoke that old brown feel.
Brown looks good.
I mean, they're killing that. They're working that. So
I go for it. I mean, the Braves are going to win the World Series, but
no, man, I would love that, but they just don't have the pitching, man.
No, they're good.
They're
ready.
Shot the Little League World Series.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't specify.
Okay. So yeah, I hear you.
Well, we've been taste testing some ginger ale.
We have been.
which, for the record, I really appreciate because
Okay.
it has opened my mind and my taste palate to various forms of ginger. I never really,
Ginger ale.
never really drank
Yeah.
it. But since, trying some, now I find myself going down the aisle and looking and like, ooh, well, we should try this and we should try that.
All right. So,
So-
did something come up?
Yeah, I brought a couple tonight myself.
Okay.
And we're gonna try them if you gentlemen would like. Only problem is I don't have a Canada Dry Bold here. As we know, it's still holding the first place,
It is the champion at this point.
But we can at least try a couple of new
we
ones.
can do
okay?
that. All right, Brad.
I've got them
Brad.
chilling on ice.
I appreciate.
So
hey,
everybody's
I'm
gonna
glad
get a cold
hater,
one.
hater Brad them went and brought us something. So they're throwing stones at all the stuff that I suggest. He's been doing better. Oh my Lord, what is this?
One for you.
Bundaberg.
I think it's Bundaberg.
Well,
I have no idea.
you
Diet.
realize what you brought us? Diet.
Yeah, but look at it.
It does look cool.
Thank you.
Hang on, lie.
It does look cool because it is cool and it's one of the
okay.
only ones
All
It's
they
like
right.
a
have.
drink
So-
you pull out at the
Let's
beach
go.
and just relax,
Pull out, then up. Okay. Oh, look at a little pass gasser.
Oh, that's dope.
All right, there we go. Pull out, then up. It's
There you
like
go.
kind of looks like one of the medicine tonic things they used to have like in the
Yeah.
westerns,
All right.
like with John Wayne. I
That's
don't know.
nice and
Here we go.
nice and chilled.
Bundaberg Diet.
Yo.
Tell them, Hagen.
That's decent.
That's not bad.
That's not
That's
bad.
decent.
I don't know if it's the cool glass bottle or what.
It's
This
the bottle.
is-
It's the bottle.
I actually think it has a little bit to do with the diet.
A little bit. I'm telling you, here's the
pretty
thing.
good.
Though. What I learned about the difference between ginger ale and ginger beer.
Right. And this is ginger beer.
Ginger beer, from what I understand, is used in mixed drinks. That's the difference.
Okay.
And ginger ale, you
It's just
drink it.
drink.
Yeah, you do that. But ginger beer is supposed
Well,
to be like mixed with something.
Hey, I got to give a shout out to my great friend Anthony Watson. He didn't necessarily specify.
AW.
Yeah. But he did say that I should go to the K. Roger because they have a large selection, and this
They
is
do.
where I
They
got
do.
that. So, Anthony, much appreciated.
Big time.
That's pretty good.
I know,
Pretty
I
good.
know.
Okay. I got one more.
There's another one.
There's
Okay.
another one.
There's another. Is it diet too?
I don't know.
All right. Anthony Watson. Is that cold? Okay. What in the world we got? Oh, the Ale 8.
I've never had
This
one of
is
these, but I've always
soft
wanted
drink.
to.
This, yeah, I've seen these. Nice.
My roommate in Starkville used to always drink these.
Oh,
Let
really?
me see here.
Mhm.
Oh, is it twist top? Because you did that like a real man.
That's what you're dealing with. All right, here we go.
You're not gonna wait for the rest of the kids?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's not bad. It's kind of plain.
Kind
you
of
know?
plain. That's
not
my
bad.
first thought.
Ooh, that's good.
Kind
Not
of
bad.
plain.
That's just like me. Kind of plain. Kind of plain, boys.
I don't know
That's
if I'd
good
buy it.
right
It don't
there.
really have a taste to it.
Yeah, but it's not bad.
It's just like a more enhanced version of water.
Yeah, yeah.
To me.
With sugar.
Man,
Yeah.
I picked out some winners tonight, boys.
Look, no,
These are
look.
good.
The Blunderberg diet, hey, that'll work. Blunderburger.
Man, look at that.
Just
Bundaberg and what is this called? L8.
L8.
Both have kind of cool labels and packaging, which
Yeah.
James is a very artistic, creative person, so I knew he would appreciate.
I like that. I think it's pretty cool. They did good. I think they came out good. Both of them good choices, man.
Hey.
You done opened up my world a couple things. So
They
it's
looked
good.
cool. I'm just glad they turned out as good as
Yeah,
they looked.
they did.
So, yeah.
They did. They did. I like it. I like it. Appreciate that.
My part's done.
The ginger ale thing has become part of it. Well, we are headed directly into election season here in not just in our nation, in Mississippi as a whole. Mississippi, we don't have any major state offices, but the big one that's coming up for us in the state that's related to the state is the flag.
We're getting a new flag.
We got the last two finalists. This Wednesday, they will announce the commission will announce. So they've been taking kind of an advisory poll.
Right. That's what I was going to ask. So those are the two that are officially, or is it just going to be, how's that work?
Yeah, the commission. So the commission has been narrowing it down, and they have selected these two as finalists. And they've been taking a poll. And up until recently, when you voted, it used to show you kind of like the percentages. And now it's not doing that. Now it's just you vote and that's it. It's not showing you like which one's leading or behind or not. Because ultimately it's an advisory vote. The commission chooses which one makes it to the ballot. And Wednesday they will announce which flag makes it to the ballot on November.
One flag as in single.
One flag. And
so when it makes it to the ballot, do you just, is it basically a vote of, yeah, I like it, or do you not vote for it?
Yeah, exactly. I think it has to be 50 plus 1.
Oh, okay.
I think it, obviously, I think it has to be a majority. I believe that. Now, don't quote me on that.
Yeah, no, we're just talking here.
I believe that's it has to win the majority vote. The people have to ratify it, or adopt it. So.
Well, that's this Wednesday, as in 2 days from.
Yeah, 2 days from now. So there's the I guess they call the Great River flag, and then there's the one I don't know. The other one's called the Magnolia.
Old Try. Where does that come from?
I think that's the name of the company of the designer.
Okay.
I think. Don't quote me on that either.
Man, look, we're just talking, drinking.
But people are. We're podcasting, so people take that. So I'm like, get your stuff, and I'm like, I don't.
You know why I love that? It's because it tells me people are listening.
Well, that's good, but I'd rather them not argue at me. So we got, that one. And then there's the other one. I think it's called the Great Magnolia. I can't remember what the other one's called. But those are the two.
Is that the one with the clip art?
Man, that has been what people are saying. Man, they're blowing that up. Why are we having clip art on our flag? But
it looks better than us having the Louisiana and the other 15 states in that other option. I was like, why is this even an option?
That one, I liked it, but it was like you could clearly see like Louisiana on our flag, like that. That was
not just Louisiana.
It was like had part of Arkansas, and it had so it was. Yeah, that was a look. Was tough.
It did look good. We just wanted to be Mississippi specific.
Yeah, I think if you had done
for a good reason,
I don't. You know what it was? I think it accentuated Louisiana because there was a white line, and then there was a red. I think if it had just been all white, maybe it wouldn't have shown as much.
Maybe not.
But
But I mean, for people, it's just hard because there is that connection, and you just know Louisiana's right there. You just knew, Louisiana. But this is the Mississippi flag that's been.
It could have been,
it's a big deal to have changed, and so we got that coming up, and then, as a nation, we're headed towards another election.
This just to our president electing another. Presidential election, and the great part about it is again, thank God for a democracy and a nation that has had peaceful transfers of power as far as the presidency is gone. But to look and think that it's not going to be incredibly divisive, I think would be naive to think that it seemingly is more divisive now than ever. So it's kind of it's just a difficult season with dealing with everything, and then heading into something that seems to be so divisive within our country.
And 2020 would have to be the year that it has been. We couldn't just have 2020 and
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a presidential election.
Right. You couldn't just have
We had to have.
Yeah, we had a pandemic. We have
we had Black Mamba lose the Black Mamba and the Black Panther.
Okay, it's both of them, which is just
I saw
crazy.
that. I was like, dang.
That goes, and then another. I got John Thompson died today. Who I know some of y'all know was the coach of the Georgetown Hoyas. I mean, anybody remember those rivalries with Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson? I mean, they weren't the same teams, but I mean, they just Georgetown as a whole, and just John Thompson was when there weren't very many African American coaches. Yeah. John Thompson was there, so pretty amazing. And he passed. So yeah, it's just everything. We had a hurricane. Two come through. It's like something like, shouldn't they cancel hurricane season because of pandemic? Like, can't we? Other stuff got canceled. Can we cancel the hurricane season?
It's really hurricane season. You're like, man, it's August, late August.
No. Tomorrow is September 1st.
I know, but what I'm saying is like when the last two. Or usually, sometimes when you get to this point of the year and they're like start talking about hurricanes, and you're like, man, it's August. Shouldn't hurricane season be over? But then you're like, no, late August, that's like prime time apparently. Yeah. So we can't. I mean, we had total devastation in our area earlier this year with tornadoes.
Yeah, on Easter Sunday. So still got people just dealing with that.
It's been a year.
It is definitely been a year, and yet we still have to push forward. And so even as we push forward, even in this, I'm just my hope, my prayer is that people are prayerfully considering their vote. More importantly, remembering that. I believe the election day is November the 3rd, that remembering that November the 4th is going to come, which is the day after, and how do we move forward as a nation? How does the capital C church move forward and lead a nation that will be incredibly divided? How do we do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think being a part of all my life, church, that's been like my thing.
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. But like one thing that is so important and powerful to me is when you have a group of people who are like you've talked about before, we're all different and diverse.
Very much.
We all have different opinions and styles and
a lot.
Just things we do and like whatever. But there's like that one mind, one accord thing. Yeah. That we all are on the same team. We're all striving for the same goal and purpose. And how powerful is that?
Yeah. Well, and that's usually probably the place of, thinking about, how does the church lead in that? And that's the one thing. I think the thing that has to be really clear is that the church has to lead in this hour. It has to be. There has to be a really strong beacon of light in the midst of a lot of things that are dark. And so dark has to get darker so that light can shine brighter. And I think it's really important for the church to lead in this time. And so there's keys now that we look at in Scripture that are really key, where it says, and they will know that we are Christians by our love for one another. And so now here's this demonstration of that. Like, when has it ever been more important in any hour to show like genuine love for one another? Yeah. Like that, how are they going to know us from anybody else? Because you can look and see movements, and you can look and see different causes, and they look united, they appear united from what we see, they're united. But yet here's where he tells us, and they're going to know that we are the Christ followers. We are disciples of the true living God by how we love one another, like how we genuinely care about one another. That's a high standard.
Absolutely.
And it's a high call to live at that level.
Oh yeah.
In the midst of what's happening as well. So, and I don't think it's a or. I think it's and. Yeah. We can stand for righteousness and justice. We can be unique and different and united. Mm-hmm. I think there are real places where I don't know. I think our common ground is Christ, and I think our common ground is Christ. And yet in that, there's nothing wrong with being a Jew or a Samaritan in Christ. but we're following him. There's nothing wrong with being a Jew or a Gentile in Christ. Like that's where we're, that's where when we're talking about like that common ground for us as Christians, as Christ followers, that part is really, really important. Whoops, I'm sorry. I guess we had comments up there and I just missed them all. I guess we're looking, I'm sorry, we're talking there. Goodness. Oh, that was a comment. Okay. Just making sure I hadn't missed any, but just in those things, I think as we as we move forward in this, I think I encourage people to be really, really healthy in what you digest, and so if stuff gets your blood boiling as far as watching political ads or those things, I'm encouraging you, then don't do it. If you're not really a in the throes of a decision, because I do think a lot of people have their minds made up, already. I do think that it's pretty clear. I'm not sure there's a lot. There may be some that are. Sorry, let me not say that in ignorance, but I mean, I think a lot of people have their mind made up, and it's kind of like if you have, if that's the case, then really there's not really gonna be anything as far as how strong you are on that.
Sure.
So it's really not gonna be anything from a different angle or that's going to be said during or ad that's going to run that's going to swing you
probably
to the
not.
other direction. So it's kind of like, well, then in the best respects, keep yourself from like getting worked up over it.
Absolutely.
And just like, hey, I know I'm at as best you can. Now, because they've gotten shrewd in where they advertise, man, the advertisers are everywhere. So even if like people are saying, well, I'm taking a break from social media, which is cool, but don't go on your phone and play like spades or any sort of games because
you're gonna get
it's gonna come through, like the ads come through everywhere. They're in the video games.
Oh yeah,
like they're on the billboards in video games and stuff. It's crazy.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
So all of that, just again, just encouraging, just as we move forward. One, it's so cliche, but it's so real, is that we have to be people of prayer right now. That it's and again, praying, Lord, your kingdom come, your will be done, and then really putting ourselves in a position to where we're really that we are shining brightly, that we are reflecting the light of Christ more accurately now than ever.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's been maybe disappointing is that a lot of people that have the spotlight on either side of an issue don't shine that light very brightly. It's difficult to see, and so it's hard. There's a lot of legitimate hurt and frustration out there. On all around,
right?
And so it's difficult in the middle of that, but that's where again that the anchoring part of who Christ is has to be where we find our anchor in it, and so that we talked to Sunday, I guess, not preaching my message again, but just talked about just again the living lives led by the Holy Spirit, leading our lives really where we're really so that we're not just busy but effective.
Yeah.
That we don't get burned out. So
it's easy to say that, people wouldn't be so divided if they would all just, try to treat people better or live a Holy Spirit led life, or if there were more respect. But I mean, you can sit here and say that,
yeah,
and go out. It's just
it's real life. Yeah, you can say those kinds of things, but I don't think I think they're clearly we believe a life surrendered to Christ, to living according to the Word of God is definitely the best way to live. Clearly, we believe that. There's no buts to that. It's just thinking, but to kind of, well, it would just be better. Well, it's not like they didn't have conflict when Jesus was on the earth,
right.
And so
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, there's some part of just being human that's just always going to fight against
human nature is
the plan of God, for sure. But I do know, like when it, I think what you have now, which is pretty unique, and it was a workshop I went to as part of a Mississippi School Boards Association training, but we talked about like what does the new school board room look like? What does that governing body look like? And what the point was is that you could have up to, depending on how many members you have, our school board in the Laurel School District has 5. You could have 5 generations sitting at that table that all communicate really differently, or all have different things they value.
Right.
And so it's really one of the coolest workshops I've been at. Denotris Jackson, who's the executive director for the Mississippi School Board Association, I believe her and maybe Mamie Lilly, who's over there training, I think they came up with the workshop together. But what was really cool was they played music from the different kind of generational eras, and so you kind of, you saw different people in the room responded to the music, like, oh yeah, that was my song, but then they talked about what the generations valued. And so one generation, the older one was more like just head down, do hard work, make a difference, like you'll make a difference. Then there was another generation that, again, that valued collaboration. Like they loved, like, let's work together on this. Like that was more important than anything else. Like, did you collaborate? Another generation was just like, hey, there's parts like, if you don't work, you don't have a say so. And if you're not willing to do it, then that's just how it goes. And so I don't really care to hear it, because you don't have value unless you meet a certain, was, so, and then you have this youngest generation, the next level of leaders that are coming in. So you can be there and have these different generations that value different things, that value, all of them are valuing hard work, all of them are valuing making a difference, all of them are valuing having impact, but they value doing it in different ways. Yeah. So where some will value collaboration, some people are like, why don't you just be a leader? You want everybody to collaborate. You want like kumbaya, and somebody like, hey, just lead. Yeah. Point of direction. Do it. Get it done. Yeah. And so that dynamic, then you take that's just a small deal looking at a school board, but you take now a nation. Yeah. That is making a decision about the future, and different ones are valuing different things. Are we part of a global economy, or are we not? Collaboration. We just want strong leadership. Hey, point of direction. Let the president use executive power. Those things. Another direction. Some people that are like, hey, care for the common good. What I do affects you. What you do affects me. They want leading that way. So you got generations that you're seeing that just it's very thing that kind of they talked about, how we communicate what we value, and that's. You're seeing it. You're seeing the diversity of it all over. Right here. Yeah. So it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Well, but
I don't know. That's I don't really keep up. Like, I'm not one of those who just, they can talk politics and they like talking politics and they want to talk about every. That's not necessarily who I am. Yeah. But I have my, my beliefs and what I think things are important, and I think we just need to. I want people to like be okay. Like you said, November 4th is gonna come. It's gonna come. Yeah. And. Yeah, how do you navigate that? And that's you're on it. I don't. I should probably say I don't talk politics with really anyone except close people that are to me. There are people that probably feel like they may think or understand where our perspective I'm coming from, and I don't know how accurate that may be or what, but. I only talk about it really with people that are close to me. It's just that right now it's such a charged topic, and there's so many that want to, even be not even necessarily divisive, but just like, man, if we have a difference over politics, it's like all of a sudden we can't even like go to church together. Yeah, it's or like we can't even get along, or that's the part that I just don't like, how that gets in and divides the believers. I just don't buy that. I don't do it. I just don't think it's the way it should be. I think that Christians should be able to participate in this process, but realize it is a process, but it should not divide us. Yet it seems like that's exactly what it does, and it only comes around. It seems like the
political process only comes around to ask the church what it thinks when it wants their vote. It doesn't really want really the to submit to that heart of really what it's about.
Yeah.
And so so that part I don't like, the church being treated in that way, that it's like just we want you when you can do something for us.
Yeah.
Rather than, hey, really valuing what the church really can be for our nation.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
Well, that's in November, and we're approaching that.
yeah.
What
It'll be here
seems to
soon.
be
Yeah,
a
September 1st is tomorrow.
pace.
So we're 60 days, and it couldn't come quicker as far as I'm concerned. It's just, hurry up.
Ready to get 2020 behind you, or just really ready to have a presidential election?
I used to think that, but here's a scary thought, and maybe I don't want to like because I know depressions are up, suicide. I mean, there's some scary stats out there about what people are going through. So I don't really want to I don't really want to be the downer, but so let me just kind of play a scenario for you. December 31st, and we're dealing with what we're dealing with now, and what's exactly going to change at the stroke of midnight when 2020 is over?
Yeah,
that's all of a sudden let me just get 2020 behind me. It's I don't think it's.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a lot of things I see on social media. A lot of people are like, I can't wait to get 2020 over with. It's the worst. I'm like, y'all putting your hope in the wrong thing. If you're putting your hope in the year.
Yeah.
When January 1st, 2021 comes and nothing changes, what you gonna do then?
Yeah, all of a sudden it's going it's midnight. Okay, COVID, I got to stop.
Yeah.
I'm packing my bags. I gotta go. I mean, it's
You're
not
done.
that.
It's over.
It is real stuff. And even then, so the calendar changes, and so and I'm sensitive to it obviously because it's a friend of mine, but there's a pastor friend that I know that lost his mom. Dude, I mean, 2021 is another year without his mother.
Yeah.
That didn't change. So 2020 behind you, but it's devastating. It's not like it has residual effects. There are definitely though, but things. I think you're hitting on something really key is that I don't think you look kind of let me get this behind me. I think like we've been talking about, you have to begin to figure out how to live.
Yeah.
In the midst of all of this.
Right.
It's still praying and believing God to rid our nation, rid our world of this virus, but also but how do we also navigate forward? So we've talked about, we've said, hey, we're making plans, and if we need to change those plans, we will hate to do it, but we'll change them.
Yeah.
But I feel better living that way than sitting here waiting for stuff to come at me and then I have to adjust to every single thing.
Yeah.
So exciting part for us, this week, one of the things we did, we actually got a airline contract for our tickets for our mission trip to Europe.
Man,
excited.
I'm so excited for you guys.
I'm glad you're gonna be
Here
excited.
we go.
I'm just saying I'm excited about. We got our tickets, which is pretty cool. We got a good price, and so we're looking forward to going and sharing, who Jesus is with people in Europe, and so we are really excited about that. Besides just our what we do here, and reaching our local community and beyond, it's exciting for that. That God really gave several of us a real heart for, Europe that is less than, when we're talking less than 2%, Christian, and so yet it's ripe ground for the gospel right now, and so would love to be there to be able to be a part of that. I love the team that we took, and I'm glad to look at the new team members are going to take. It's life changing. So we're excited about that. And when we booked that, it's kind of okay, it gave us something to look forward to. I don't know. I mean, did it do that for you maybe to kind of see okay, we're planning.
Oh, yeah.
Hagen was supposed to go to several baseball stadiums this year. And, obviously that's not the case. We're made to visit them, but next year he's got at least a Southwest Airlines gift card that he's got to go and get some stadiums in. My wife and I, we were supposed to be going to Hawaii
Really?
for our 20th anniversary, which is coming up in October.
Are you going to Pipeline?
What?
Like, are you going to go to the North Shore?
Oh, we are
You
going
gonna
to
get barreled,
No,
bruh?
we're gonna go to our
Get
Disney Vacation
pitted.
Club Alani vacation resort there in Hawaii. So
Going surfing.
so we're gonna look at going. No, I'm not going to surf. I'm not going surfing.
Please go surfing.
I'm going. Do you surf? Have you ever surfed?
Yeah.
You have not.
You asked me this
You
exact
have
question
never
like a month
surfed.
I can see
ago.
you surfing. Yeah.
He has never surfed.
I have never surfed.
Okay, I was like, thank you. I was like,
But
go try it.
I'm gonna
This
try
ain't
it.
Point Break. Don't be acting like you. Like he doesn't. Brad is not surfing. Okay.
I will try one day, probably.
Where exactly you gonna go that has what you gonna like South Carolina? You gonna go to either coast or because I don't think does the Gulf have waves to surf?
Man. They just had a hurricane come through there. They had some waves.
That's a hurricane, but I mean just
no.
regularly. Is that a
Not like our boys out in California or Hawaii.
are they? Don't people surf on the East Coast too or no?
Like where?
I don't like
Jersey Shore
or South Carolina or
Yeah, they do.
Mhm.
those areas.
Down
I thought
South
imagine they have
Carolina.
surf there. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, water's cold out there, and you're southern.
Yes, right. Southern.
So it's like,
Yeah.
Well, actually, my
Lord.
brother-in-law, he needs to, if anything, take his family. But he's like, I'd love to be able to take our family back to Hawaii, so he could kind of give us a tour of where he lived and grew up. And
You said y'all enjoy that. Bring me back the
I
video.
did. I was like, man, it's gonna be like I'm gonna be like the worst husband ever when I say, baby, you have a great time.
And you are going. I don't know why you invited. You're going to have to go. You know that if Ace goes back, if the whole family goes back to Ace's to Hawaii, you have to go.
I don't have to
Do
go.
anything, but it's right for you to go.
Anyways,
Yeah, there we go.
well, you were going to go to Hawaii, but you had to postpone that, or
Looking for the extra 2021. Yeah, we took another
it back,
vacation.
yeah.
We're gonna be taking a couple more. We get a chance this year, so we're that's just us. We're not taking the kids, so we're excited about that.
Very
20
good.
years,
20 years.
Big deal.
crazy. I mean,
Awesome.
been married almost half my life.
There you go. Half your life.
Well, I mean, it's less than half, but I mean, I just said almost half.
Right.
Almost half.
That's great,
Been
man.
married almost all of Hagen's life. So.
Yeah, that's
Sorry. So we live in that perspective, like, there you go. So,
Yep.
so it's been good there. So, anyway, man, I'm looking forward. But again, I think that's where just that kind of mentality. We can like put 2020 behind you. I just think that's setting yourself up for a massive disappointment.
I've
I
always thought,
think-
like, dude, who knows what 2021 could potentially bring? And
Yeah.
you're right. It's
Yeah.
I need to be preparing my mind and my heart
Yeah.
in order to live the life that I need to.
You got to get busy doing it.
I don't care
You
what
gotta get
year
busy
it
doing
is,
it. Yeah,
you know?
you should be. It's the time. If you want to do something, you better start thinking about doing
Yeah.
it. And not because things are coming to an end, but I believe a lot of things are coming to a beginning.
Right. Well, yeah.
And I think that's really.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
And Brother Davey,
Yeah.
he's preaching a series right now entitled "Life's Crazy."
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, it is, but it always has been.
Yeah.
So 2021, it's not like Hagen said. Don't put your hope in the wrong thing.
I'm just saying, hey, if you think that circumstances are paying attention to calendars, like, okay, well, it's the New Year in the United States, so we got to stop. It's just
Shut
not.
it down.
That's just not the way it goes.
Yeah.
It's not going that way. No one's, and I think that's another part is just kind of being really careful about being how. Maybe egocentric we are about like our place in the whole world, going, hey, it's a big world that God's in charge of, and it's his kingdom on this earth. not just in our country. And I love our nation, but I understand it's Christ first. It's His kingdom first, and it's really important that He has a plan for the world.
That's right,
and a plan really, and it's for people, and
Yeah.
so it's really important that I think we just be really careful about how we, almost like again, here we're saying 2021 is, I can't wait to get it behind me, but again, there's nothing that says like at the stroke of midnight, like it's gonna end. It's not like like it was a year Y2K.
Yeah.
I did remember somebody. Hey, I don't even remember how were you when we were talking about Y2K. I guess that was how were you? How were you in the year 2000? Were you
6?
Were you? Oh yeah,
I wasn't even.
That's right,
I was 5
right.
actually. I wasn't even 6 yet.
That's right, because that's when we got married, so I should know that. But
20 years.
so Y2K was like it was gonna be this big old memory. I mean, you remember like the big old
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
like the whole deal.
Very
and,
much so.
I had just gotten married. We were getting married in 2000, and so we were being told to prepare because of
Computer shut
down, and there was a big old power
issues,
and they didn't know when it was going to be able to do that. It was wild, and so I got married in we got married in October, so obviously why'd you get hit?
Yeah.
But we were like, I got engaged like 2 days after all that. I was like, well, it's gonna be dark. I'm gonna be happy, I'm like, I got engaged like 2 days after like the whole New Year's thing and everything's supposed to shut down. But I did like plan because I thought, well, I'm gonna have a wife, and so I better plan. So I did. I had water and food. I had a shed. I had stuff like all that. But it's kind of like I saw a meme that said like everything we thought was going to happen at Y2K happened like this year. It was just 20 years later. It was like, dang, here's
a little
all
bit
this.
behind, but there she is.
There she is. It was like, oh, here it is. So yeah, it was big. It was a lot to think about even then. So yeah, man, that was a big part of it. So. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that, but I do think like that mentality, kind of like, hey, let's just get it behind us. I think you have to. I think you have to get in front of you. And hey, what am I going to do to live? So anyway, I said I'm going to Hawaii for my anniversary. What you got planned
for
2020, 2021? What you got? Anything you got major that's on the list that you're going to do?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Hagen, anything you got? Well, Hagen's working on it now. He's already started. So, what you been working on?
Working on getting that education, finishing my degree, trying to buy a house. Working on maybe not taking any vacations, but working on some long-term things.
Yeah,
so.
That's great.
And I just when we talking about getting a house, he looking at filling it too. So anybody out there that loves Jesus, anywhere from age 22 to 41.
Oh no!
It's like wait a minute. I gave a big look. You know what the Lord will bless you with. It's so
That's
but
true.
but Hagen got to deal with it's 22 to maybe the early 30s, maybe but you love Jesus and you want a great guy that has a great future, about to own a house.
Homeowner.
Okay.
Future homeowner.
Lord is answering your prayer.
Yeah, gas me
Dial
up.
it up. HAGEN. Okay. 1877 Ministers for Kids. Okay. That's Hagen. He's serving people. So anyway, anyway, I'm messing. But he is. I'm very proud of him. He has taken some significant steps toward I never say like, hey, getting his education. I think he's a very educated young man. I think he's finishing his degree.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy that he's doing that.
Awesome,
and if nothing else from the standpoint, again, that doesn't guarantee anything except I think it opens up opportunity for him. I think it allows his gifts to get noticed and used. And so I think, and more importantly, in his own heart as a man, I think it's important when we finish stuff.
I was going to say, a sense of accomplishment.
That's just big
Huge.
for us, And so I think that's really exciting for him in that respect. So, but he's working. And I love that it wasn't like, well, maybe next year. It's like, hey, there's some things that we talked about beginning of this year. We did his evaluation end of last year, just kind of looked at that. And, in the middle of all this, you almost forget. Like, okay, what was I supposed to do? And then all of a sudden he was like, hey, by the way, I'm going to school. I'm like, wait, what? So, but it's so good. Like, you don't want to get to the end of 2020 and look back and it won on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where we all have to be.
How crazy would it be for me to just be like, December 31st rolls around and I'm like, man, 2020 was a great year. Do you think there's going to be people out there saying that? I do.
I don't know if they are. I mean, there may be. I mean, there are definitely some industries that's going to think financially it was a great year for them.
Some will, some will not.
Some will not. But there will be some that were like,
Some will,
this was a
for
great
sure.
year. There'll be others that not. I think there'll be places where we can look and see blessings and good things that happen, because there have been some good things through all of this.
Yeah.
Definitely been some blessings. I mean, I'm looking and, we've opened up this, in our family, we opened up the Hill House University.
Yes.
We have
Hill Academy.
4 students. My wife is beautifully serving as the superintendent of education in our university. I serve as the chancellor. And that's one of those things. And so it's been good watching that. But just having my kids home, like I just homeschooling was never like a thing for us. We really were like, Lord, how are we gonna do? But with what the district has provided, so we're only in week number 2, and I know my hair is a lot more gray, and she's doing a great job. My wife's killing it. She is up and. Especially with the little loud one. 4 he's loud. He's just number 4 is just loud. He's fun, but he is loud, and but he's bright, but he, when he's up, like we're up, but they, just great watching that process. So it's been good, as we and grateful that we have a home that we can do it in. We have internet that works. We're blessed in so many ways, where some children don't have devices. Yeah. We're grateful each one has a device. They're not having to share. They're just blessed in so many ways.
We really are.
So
I try to remind myself daily, constantly, all the time of, just how blessed I really am. Yeah. I'll call or talk to somebody and okay.
Nice Toyota.
And
I've seen it.
I'll be like, I don't have problems.
Custom grill.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. And I thank the Lord for it. So
yeah.
I will
it's been good.
Try to keep that mentality throughout the rest of the year
you
on 2021.
Got
there's some bumps in the road.
Hey, it is. It's true.
That,
no doubt. There definitely
recently
are.
had to deal with.
And I mean,
okay.
I know there's, but yet, even in the midst of those bumps, look at how you're seeing God be faithful.
Yeah, I mean,
in the middle of all that,
100%.
I mean, you can't buy lessons like this.
No,
you never really necessarily
right.
want them, but you're going. But when you're going through them, it's like going, hey, I can do this.
Yeah.
I could do this, and so
you
really excited about that.
Really learn some stuff about yourself and your relationship with God and other people and around you and stuff like that. So
we have to. So it's been good. Church life. I've talked to another pastor friend of mine today, and they are still weighing out in-person gatherings and those things for them, and they've not been able to resume that yet. And so. But yet, people have been faithful, and so that's a blessing. Obviously, we're probably in our 14th week of our in-person services, and here we're looking at those, and they're getting more full,
mm-hmm.
And so we're looking at graces. I think we were already beginning of the year. We were thinking we were going to have to look at a third service.
Right.
We were already thinking that. Obviously, the kind of pandemic and kind of some of those things hit, and they're kind of like, oh, don't have to worry about that. And here we are now, possibly in that place again where we're okay, Lord, we got to do some things to make space. And so it's a great problem to have.
That's right.
But in the same sense, just still also wanting to. I think in church life, wanting to see more as well, wanting to see our people, our church family, living the everyday, supernatural life that God's given us, like looking for the everyday miracle, looking to be an everyday miracle in people's lives and in our community. And
go ahead and write it.
Hey, and just doing it. Hey,
write that prescription.
Yeah, write the prescription. Man, was that a crazy?
Go ahead and write.
Was that a crazy story?
I'll take it every day.
Man, it was so cool. I mean, I just that part. I was like, that story just totally hit me. I had that one. I don't know. I had that one in my notes, and I had not seen that. Goodness, I went. I was like, wait, when did I have this? But it was awesome. Just
it was.
Go ahead and write it
with the message yesterday.
It just
I'll take it to the house.
I'll take it. Go ahead and write that. Then it was just so cool. So yeah, we continue to. We're doing that as well. So. Yeah. Man, our time
it's gone, man.
Has flown.
She gone.
It's flown.
Yeah.
So we were talking. Did we talk? Let's see. Where were we talking? We were talking predict baseball. You didn't get your.
I just said the Braves were going to win the World Series, and that was that.
So clearly, and obviously, you're in a joyful and very, very comical mood because you talk about the Braves winning the World Series and you wore your Georgia Bulldog shirt tonight.
I did.
So
the college football season is whatever it is, it's coming.
Yeah. Well, we just had our fantasy football draft. By the way, let me tell you,
my team is really good.
Did you? Are you in another league?
No.
Jerk.
I didn't get no invitation.
Well, you don't really like professional football.
I played fantasy football for years.
Why didn't you say something?
Man, come on, man.
We would have loved that. I thought you were like, anyway. So, all right. Travis Rain says Angels all the way. Travis, what are you doing? Run Yan. That's one of our firefighters here in Laurel, Mississippi, heading to the academy soon. And so, really proud of him. And, I love Mike Trout. I mean, it's hard to not. I mean, love watching that guy play flat out. But Travis, the Angels are not going to do it. Travis.
The Angels are not.
They're not in the outfield, the infield, in pitching. They are not. We shouldn't be laughing like that's wrong, but it's true.
Who else? Anybody? We got some comments or anything like that? Don't want to miss anybody out there.
We're looking at Hagen's been
He just said Cali teams. Earlier, Amy Walker said that she blamed it on Jeff, not Brad. I'm assuming that's the camera she's talking about.
She
may know the real story.
Jeff Allen's behind a lot of stuff.
We're just going to leave it at that.
He has a lot of stuff. So we're doing that. So yeah, we're going that route for Travis is starting this stuff with the Angels. I don't know what's he doing. So you predict anyway. So college football's coming. We did our fantasy draft, and I'm telling you, it was fun.
Okay, look, I know we were at the time and whatever.
Hagen, you were happy with your team.
I want to know a brief synopsis about your teams. Who we got? Who's going to be your starters?
Man, I ain't got nobody, dog.
What happened? Well, you were drafting.
I was one of those.
Hold on 1 second. Keep going. Go ahead. Caden, go ahead.
I was like one of the last ones to pick the first round.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where like.
It goes back to back.
I would go, but then it'd be like 20 more picks before I'd go again, because then it goes all the way through and then all the way back through
again.
The
only benefit of that is you do have your pick and then that back to back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But. So who'd you pick up?
I think let me go to it. My quarterback was Russell Wilson, which he was one of the better ones left by the time I got there, I think.
Right. If he goes and gets that belt, we've already seen that
my gosh,
belt
that's where he's going.
On this show before. Nobody wants to see it again.
I got Michael Thomas as a wide receiver. I think that one's going to be pretty good. And then actually, honestly, that's kind of it, man. I mean, I think I have the best kicker. No. I don't even know. I tell you what, I did get a kicker that's going to be kicking a lot, though, because the Chiefs going to be putting up a lot of points. So Harrison Butker going to be kicking a lot of field goals, a lot of extra points.
What's his name?
Harrison Butker.
Oh.
I think that's his name, yeah. But.
Well, as the
reigning
fantasy football champion, and I just want to state that for everybody out there, especially for one Michael Burns and Raul Tisnado, stand down. stand down, young man.
If they win, are you gonna mail that to them? Like ship it to them?
First of all,
Yeah, for real.
let's be.
It's got to
very
go
clear.
to the winner.
First of all, this is last year's trophy, and so it is not going anywhere. It is mine.
Okay.
They get to choose. They will get a championship ring, or they will get to choose a, if they're worthy of a belt. So that's how we do it in our league, because our league is real and legit.
Okay, respect.
So anyway, so we just breaking it down for them. So anyway, the defending champion is right there. As they said, the 7-year champs are here. Last year's champ is here. So I have my quarterback is the underdog. I have Drew Lock, which I think is gonna have a breakout year. The Broncos.
I think he got potential to.
Drew
Yeah,
Lock.
he got some swag about him, man.
Didn't he come from that?
Oh, he came from Missouri.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm not sure I realized that, but wow, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And so Drew
Yeah.
Lock.
He ain't doing that.
I have Jeff Goff as my backup. Running backs. I realized I got a bunch of rookies, but I got the kid from LSU, Clyde
Drexler.
Oh yeah, Edwards-Helaire.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have him.
I saw that.
have J.K. Dobbins. I have I got the kid from Georgia that got drafted by the Lions. Swift.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have all three of them, which are great. I didn't realize I got all these first year run, but I think they're gonna have amazing years.
Speaking of running backs, did anybody pick up Leonard Fournette? Because he got dropped today.
He got dropped. No, I don't think anybody did.
I don't think
the rumors out there that they're not gonna pick him up because they don't think he loves football. So that's kind of the kind of thing about him. So anyway, he's out. Trying to think what else I got. Tight ends. I got this kid from Denver that they're hiring called Fant. His last name is Fant. I have him. And then I have the other kid from the Rams. I don't want to get it right. Higgert. I think it's wrong. I'm not. I can't pull it up because I'm looking on my phone. But
That's okay.
But yeah. So anyway, so we got a 10-team league. Dude, I'm bummed because I would have loved you to be a part. But
Next year,
I will not forget it.
Up.
We are.
And I will just claim that first place victory in 2021.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, let me just let you touch it. You want to just see what it feels like to be a champion?
I'm gonna wait till I get my belt.
Okay, all right. Well, that's fine.
You go ahead and have your time with that one.
No, I am. I bathe with it once in a while. So it's always got that. So yeah. Anyway, fantasy football. We're excited about that. NFL seems to be moving forward. Never seen so much change like it is like this year. So it's crazy. So
yeah.
Anyway. That's a whole nother episode.
Yep, we'll have to dive into that some more because I was gonna mention the Big Ten, but
dude,
let's let that simmer.
That's looking so bad.
We could wait.
That's looking
this
so
time next week.
Bad. I know right now.
Who knows? I don't know. But somebody is catching
something
it.
Is so. Let me tell you, Ohio is a football state.
Well, yeah.
So when you got high schools playing, and then you're going to have Cleveland and Cincinnati
and the
playing,
horseshoe's going to be empty,
and
crickets,
the Ohio
roaches.
State Buckeyes are going to sit there and have to watch Missouri win the national championship this year.
Is Ohio, is it Ohio University, that green and white team?
Yeah.
Are they playing? Are they in that conference with
Conference USA? Are they in Conference USA?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe not.
But they're not in the Big Ten, I don't think.
No.
But
they're in one of the smaller conferences, but I don't know if they were in one of them.
Play is what you're saying.
If
So you have them playing, and then the boys over in Columbus, just what?
What about Cincinnati? What conference are they in?
The Bearcats? I don't know.
They're in the same conference as Memphis.
We cannot dive into this yet.
Yeah,
guys.
you're right. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Bradley, you going to sum it up for us?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, hey, it's been a great night. More next week, so be sure and tune in. We love having you guys with us Monday night, 6 p.m. Please get control of yourself. This is the second time you brought that thing on here. No, it's okay. Just wait. I'm coming for you next year. But anyways, hey, we appreciate you guys listening. We got our podcast available on all your favorite podcasting platforms, whatever it is you like listening to. A lot of people, Spotify, Stitcher, and Apple Podcasts. Also on YouTube. Go over there, subscribe. Hit that bell icon, and you'll get notified when our new video drops, so you can actually watch it again if you'd like and all that good stuff. So I think that's it. Had a great show. Enjoyed it. Anything else to say?
Last thing before Hagen hits the button. You ready on the button?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to end it tonight on this really quickly with our championship. 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo! There you have it.